Hey, what is up, you guys? My name is Grand Danger, and today's video we're going to be talking something that's a little bit more informative scene. And a lot of people are asked, what is a cellulitis? Now, this is a question that I get from people in public places and stuff asking me, what is a cellulitis? Now, a cellulitis is spreading skin infection, most commonly of the lower leg. It is caused by bacteria entering through a break in the skin. The infected skin is swollen, painful, and warm to touch. The infection can cause a fever and becomes very serious, involving deeper tissues. This condition often clears up with antibiotic medicine. Now, cellulitis is usually in the infected skin on your left, but a condition untreated, as in the photo of the right, it could spread into tissue of your bloodstream. So what this means is that if you leave your lower leg, if you have a cellulitis and you leave it untreated, then that means that you're not, doing it too well. So what that means, your body can actually take a very high risk of untreated cellulitis. But cellulitis symptoms is commonly on conditions that occur anywhere in the body, involves the lower legs, and usually just only one side of your body. The cellulitis symptoms include swelling, warmth, pain, fever, chills, spots on the skin, blisters, and skin dimplings. These are 8 common symptoms that are very high risk that you can ever have a cellulitis. If you have any of these symptoms, please contact your doctor right away. When you want to see a doctor if you have a cellulitis, because it's the most important thing to treat it early because of the condition rapidly through the body. If you have any emergencies or urgency care, seek emergency care if you have a swollen rash or a rash that changing rapidly in the body, or you have a fever, like a massive fever. If you see a healthcare professional within 24 hours, if you have a swollen rash or a rash that just grows but you don't have a fever, then these are the most serious side effects that can really, deeply can actually infect you. So please see your doctor right away if you have cellulitis. But the most causes of cellulitis, it can happen when a bacteria enters through the body, or cracking, or anything all over your body. Like I said, it can happen. But the bacteria are most likely to enter a broken skin, dry or flaky or swollen skin. For examples of entry points for bacteria are a recent surgical site, or a cut, or a punctured wound, or a sore and a skin infected by, for example, an athlete's foot with a dermatologist or something. Cellulitis usually isn't spread from person to person, which is a good thing because we don't want that around them. But the most common bacteria with this condition are Staphylococcus and Staphylococcus. The incandescent of more serious Staphylococcus infection cause methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus, which is aka MRSA, is most likely increasing. But there are some risk factors that can put you in a higher risk of chances of you having cellulitis. It can happen to an injury, a cut, fracture, burn, or scrape can give a bacteria to grow into your skin, which can cause a lot of pain, and the most dangerous one too. It can also weaken your immune system, skin conditions, long-term swelling of the arms or legs. This condition can happen sometimes after surgery. And history of cellulitis. If you have any cellulitis before, it could actually increases the higher risk of getting it again. Which means if you had before, like if you're 18 or if you're 8 years old and you had before, that could happen later in life and you can may likely will catch it again. But if you have overweight, excessive weight, increase the risk of developing cellulitis. If you guys are like overweight, then yeah, you will have a very high risk of getting one. But the complements is untreated with cellulitis may lead to serious conditions such as bacteriemia, endocarditis, or toxic syndrome. But it's a rare infection, can spread into a deeper layer of tissue called the fascicle lining. Necrotizing fasciculosis is example of a deep layer infection. It's extremely emergency, by the way. Repeated episodes of cellulitis may cause the lymph nodes to enlarge, and this may cause a long-term swelling of the infected limb. For example, if you have like affected limbs, if you don't know what they are, they're basically like your arms, your legs, your fingers, your toes, all of it. It's part of your limbs. If you have any affected limbs, for example, if I have like affected arm, and basically they will have to amputate your limbs from the infection, and this may cause a lot. If you leave the cellulitis with the most untreated, they will have to amputate your arm. All they had to do is just cut it off. That's so satisfying. That's really scary. But if you leave it untreated, it won't be good news. But luckily, if you take antibiotics medicine, then there's a good chances are you may survive with cellulitis. That is the most common medicine that you can ever have, because if there's something wrong with you, you can actually take antibiotics for medicine, because that can actually cure cellulitis. Now, in order to prevent from getting a repeat episodes of cellulitis, your healthcare provider may recommend taking antibiotics medicine to prevent it from coming back, which I said earlier. Now, if you want to help to prevent these cellulitis or other infections in your body, take these precautions when you have a skin wound. Wash the wound daily with soap and water, gently bathing your skin to make sure you don't have cellulitis. Ask your healthcare provider, or cover the wound with bandages. Watch the signs of infection. People with diabetes or poor circulation need to take extra care of good skin. That includes the following: inspect your feet daily, moisturize your skin at least a day, trim your fingernails or toenails with care, protect your hands and feet, and treat athlete's foot and toenail fungus infections as soon as they occur. So yeah, if you have cellulitis, make sure you do all these things and make sure to prevent it from it, because that could be a serious health risk right there, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, but that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, it's totally free. We're trying to get to 2,000 subscribers, so what are you guys waiting for? Get subscribed down below, it's totally free. And you don't know, guys, your ideas might make it to another content video. But anyways, that's it for today's video. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day.